So friends, this question is related to September 25 NTEM afternoon paper, and this question is related to patient testing. So testing of web applications. That is white box testing, friends. P1, P2, P3, P4 all are components, and the question is identify the component expression. These are P1, P2 in terms of all these are options. These four options are called component expressions that corresponding to the given code segment. So this is complete code segment. So it is represented in terms of different partitions P1, P2, P3, P4 up to P7. So these are different partitions or blocks. So let us consider any option. So for example, this one, if we consider the option A. So here there is a dot, right? So this dot. So dot means presents sequence. That means end operation. So here the bar slash represents the OR operation. OR, that is OR means if condition. So there are stars also here. These are stars. This is also star. This is star. It's not visible properly, but these are stars. Stars represents the iterations. In the coding, what is this iterations means? By using loops, right? For loop, while loop, and do while loop. So here curly braces P2 means P2 is in P1. P2 is in P1. That is inside the P1. Okay. That is, this represents the aggregation. Friends. Aggregation. End. P7 is the end. P1 is the start of the code and end of the code. Okay friends, if you know this one, you can answer these questions, but you want to know the little bit theory about this question, that is better to solve. P1, P2, P3, P4 all are called atomic sections. So okay, now we will solve this question. First one is P1, right? So the start of the program is P1. So first you have to write P1 because this is the start of the program. So next there is if condition, right? If meter readings equals to null, there is a statement invalid faculty. So there is a statement. So and if start here and end here, right? So that is if condition. So if means if there is next starting braces means after, if there is a curly brace, dot means end, right? So curly brace. So this one, it ends here after if condition, right? If means like this, or means if condition. That is P2 or else this braces is started here, and where this else braces ends here P6, right? So up to this else, so this brace ends here. So this is before p6, right? p6, okay, we will write there. After this output dot close means this is the end, right? And so before braces and p7, okay, we are writing, we want to write else. So we are started p1 first one is p1 and next dot because of curly brace dot, and next if condition, if p2 else, this is the else branch, else if p2 else we want to check what are there. So now we enter into this green color basis, else condition. Else after for loop, right? For loop there is a star, right? For loops star, loops you have to represent with stars. So for star, what, for which component you have to give star? For the expression p3. So that is else, in the else branch p3 star, right? p3 star. After for loop ends, right? For loop starts here and ends here. This for loop ends, that is for loop is star is only for p3 only, p3. After p3 star, after p4, right? p4 branch we represented with dark green color, okay? This is the else branch, okay? So next p3 star, after p4, okay, after p4 there is if condition, right? If, so that is p4 if means or condition, that is or, that is p4. So p3, so else condition is started p3. So p3, okay, for loop p3 star, okay. After p4, that is dot p4. So next if condition, so if is applied to p5, so that is p5 else p, if means or condition, so else p6, right? Else p6, and this is closed. For red color is for if this p2, this if branch, right? There are two if branches, this if branch p2 and p3 star. So in the else branch p3 star dot p4 else p5 or p6. So this braces is for this one, okay. Next this green color is basis for this if condition, for if condition, that green color for this if, red color for this if condition is p1 dot, okay, p7, this is the correct, these two are correct. Next braces, okay, these two. Next p2 is correct. Next p3 star dot p4. So I forgot to brag, whenever the brackets comes you have to put dot, that is end operation. So that p6 p5, this is one if condition, this is one if condition, three braces, okay, three braces, two, okay, p7. Friends, this is the correct answer. So answer is B. You have to start the component p1 dot after bracket, that after this is the first term and this is the second term, and output close is the last term. Here this is the close, third term, three terms, right? So p7 is the last term, p1 is the first term, in between middle is the second term. Because there is if condition, this red color one, it starts here and ends here, this line, this component, this is the second term completely, okay. If whenever their bracket is there, you have to put dot after this bracket, after this also. Okay, if the if condition is there, you have to put slash, that is or means selection. So whereas in control flow graph there are two nodes, that is if, right, you can select true. If it is true, you can go this, yes, you can select this path. If it is false, you can select this path, like this. Okay, if the star means loops in the same way in the control flow graph, 1 2 1, this is a loop, right? We represented with a star. In the same of web application, what are the different type of web applications? Static web applications and dynamic. If you know, again dynamic applications are two types, so client side and server side. So server side, so this server side is white box testing. So all this testing is applied to the presentation layer only. So in the presentation layer there is a web application, that is web app. This web application contains software, right? Software is used to test the used to do testing. So that is in the software existing in the web application in the presentation layer. Here there are two types of models. What these models are? Graph models. For testing we are using two graph models, two types of graph model. One is CIM, next one is ATG. To presentation layer only. It models, this is a model, right? It models the individual components. So same, C components, individual interaction, I means model. So all these are matching, right? You can remember like this. This is individual models, individual components. Combine them. Plus means combine them. And these are called atomic sections. So what are these atomic sections? These are P1, P2 and so on, P7. In this question mentioned, right? So this one, P7, P6, P5, P4, P3, all these are atomic sections. Important is intra-component. Intra means within this model only. So here, so how we graph represents like this, right? So what is this? These are nodes. So here in application transition graph, each node is a CIM. So this one, each node is a CIM. And each edge is, this one is important, friends. This one you can remember, CIM. And each edge is this blue color one. Edges are, so these are transitions from CIM1, C1 and C2 and C3. These are transition, that is we can move from here to here, here to here, here to here, like this, transitions. So these are transitions, edges are transitions. Intercomponent. And this one is interaction, friends. So AS, For example, atomic section is AS. So this atomic section is a HTML file. HTML sometimes empty also, empty, and some part of the HTML code or JavaScript or in example. So this is a HTML file, right? So here this P1 is the atomic section. It consists of HTML file, title, report, header, body. This is some part of the HTML file and the JavaScript content variable. These two are important and they ask in questions also. Component expression. So this P1, P2, P3 and so on, P7 are atomic sections, and these are used to combine to provide component expression. So this is the component expression. Thank you for watching. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe my channel.